They just don't make makeup like they used to. Products just seem so much more fun and carefree growing up, and so many of our favorite products of our teen years have been lost to time, but not lost to me, because that's what we do here. I'm going to talk about some defunct makeup brands I think we all miss. NYC Cosmetics, my beloved. New York Color was created in 1999 by Coty, and their products were priced from 99 cents to $6.99, so very affordable and easily accessible at the drugstore. I loved their 99-cent products, especially getting really into makeup in my early teen years. This was a staple brand for me. I love the little lipsticks with the clear tops and the eyeliners and the nail polishes. They also made Sunny Bronzer, which was a staple if you were part of the beauty community on YouTube in the early 2010s. Everyone had Sunny Bronzer because it was $3, and some people really, really liked it. And I bought it just because everyone else bought it, and I should not be using Sunny Bronzer. I am not the skin tone for that. Their liquid liner was apparently one of the best ever, and I'm so disappointed that I never tried this product. They had those sparkle eye dusts where they had the little brush built in, and it was messy, but definitely fun and nostalgic. The Applicious lip balms had the little apple shape on top. It was a nice, like, light tinted lip balm. I miss those. They had these eyeshadow palettes that had like a primer cream within the palette to use it all together. They also had a bunch of different eyeshadow duos. I remember these really, really thin ones I got from Dollar Tree that were super hard to work with. Mosaic blushes. Remember when everyone was making mosaic blushes and mosaic eyeshadows? Blushes. I remember this cream blush stick specifically. This eye primer stick I really liked. I thought it worked pretty well. They also had these two-toned lipsticks with like a different color on each side, which was very interesting. Oh, and those little like slide open lip tins that every brand made. And of course, many, many more products over the years. They did a collection with Demi Lovato in spring of 2016, but that seems to be the end of the line for NYC because all of their socials disappeared in 2016 and they haven't been manufactured since. Jordana Cosmetics. Founded in 1986 by Solomon Bijou, then run by his daughter, Lori Mink. And I apologize if I'm saying anyone's names wrong, I'm really trying. Jordana is a sister company to Milani, but Jordana was first. Their tagline was Beauty's Best Buy because their average product was $2. They had a full makeup line as well as nail polishes. You might remember some of the products being labeled as In Color by Jordana, that is part of Jordana. They had this eyeliner called the Fabuliner Liquid Liner Pen, and I loved it. I went through so many. I think it was like $2 or $3. It was so good. They had those Twist and Shine balm stains, which were like the jumbo lip pencils when the jumbo lip pencils were super popular. I loved theirs. They had those twist up brush tip lip glosses, a lot like the Stila ones. Lots of different lip glosses like the Squeeze and Shine glosses, I also remember, and the Pretty Shine glosses. Oh, and a little bit later, they had these Sweet Cream matte liquid lipsticks. I found some pictures of these older eyeshadow singles and duos. They also had nail polishes, lipsticks, and the Easy Liner eyeliners. I always remember them being displayed by that little register in Walgreens in the beauty section that literally nobody is ever working at, but there was always a little Jordana display right by that register. They were once available in 60 different countries, but they did go defunct in December of 2020, saying goodbye via Instagram. I just wanted to note that some of these brands may possibly still be available in other countries, or it could be some company bought out the same name and maybe it looks the same, but it's not actually the same company making them, or it's a different division of the company. It just might not be the same thing, but these aren't available in the US anymore. And if you're looking on Amazon thinking you found a product, I would not trust these random third-party Amazon sellers because these products haven't been manufactured in many, many years, and you should not be using them on your face. Shh, why are you screaming? It's okay, you're only doing one thing. Jane Cosmetics. Founded in July of 1994 by Sassabee Inc. Originally, all of their items were only $2.99, and they also had sample sizes for 79 cents. And how I wish more brands did like mini sizes or sample sizes today. They were once marketed as Jane with periods in between each letter, and somebody online said that this actually stood for juniper, aloe, nettle, and elderflower, and that the brand featured these ingredients in their products. But I only found one source that said this. So if you know that Jane actually said this, please let me know. They had a full range of products with over 144 items to choose from. They also had these little tutorial booklets you could get that explained how to use the items and how to do different looks and techniques, which is super helpful because there was no YouTube in the 90s. Now in 1997, they were purchased by Estee Lauder because Estee Lauder bought Sassabee, and they were Estee Lauder's very first drugstore brand. Side note about Sassabee, I think Sassabee was founded in like 1991, but I see people showing their Sassabee cases and saying they're from the 80s online. So if anyone can find information about Sassabee and where they came from, let me know because I literally couldn't find anything. Jane had a ton of different products over the years, including all different kinds of face products, eye products, and lip products, nail polish as well. I will say I'm not as familiar with this line. I don't know why I don't remember using this or seeing this when I was younger. In 2004, they were sold to Jane & Co. LLC, which was owned by Harry and Alex Ajmi and Lisa Yarnell. Again, I apologize for probably butchering people's names. I don't know if this was like an intended purchase, which is why it was called Jane & Co. LLC, or if that's just a big coincidence, but I'm guessing this was some kind of like setup purchase and that's why the LLC was called that. Anyways, that really doesn't matter. In 2009, though, they did file for bankruptcy due to the recession and shut down. So that's probably the Jane you remember was pre-2009. But also in 2009, an investment firm called Patriarch Partners, which is owned by Lynn Tilton, bought Jane and they attempted to revive the brand twice. Once in 2013, they brought Jane back with this kind of bold but modernized styled packaging. This is what I remember. I remember picking up some of these products at Ulta thinking the flowers and the blush were really cute, but the product seemed very okay, not super great. They also came back again in 2016 with this very like minimalistic dainty style packaging, but neither of their rebrands did very well. In early 2019, they vanished. Nothing has been posted on their social medias and nothing has been sold from Jane ever since. Also, Jane Cosmetics was not connected to Jane the magazine. I know you remember Bonne Bell. We all remember Bonne Bell. And they're the oldest brand on my list, being founded in 1927 in Lakewood, Ohio by Jesse Bell, and he named the company after his daughter. He started by making products in his basement on a hot plate and selling them door to door, and that is wild that that was considered very normal back then. In the 1950s, they were trying to get into the outdoor beauty market, making products like sunscreen and heavy moisturizers and lip balms for outdoor athletes. In the 1960s, Bonne Bell sponsored the US ski team and other sporting events. In 1973, they created our beloved lip smackers. Originally, they were made for skiers, but then later marketed to teens. And the very first flavors were strawberry, green apple, and lemon. And of course, the famous Dr. Pepper scent flavor. It came out in 1975. By 1985, they had grown into a $50 million enterprise. That's like $146 million today. Bonne Bell had so many good products, and I'm just focusing on Bonne Bell, not Lip Smackers, because Lip Smackers is still around. The Bonne Bell Lip Lights glosses. I loved these so much. Just the smell, the texture, everything about them was amazing. I miss them. They also had the Lip Lights Balm and the Lip Licks lip balms, the Lip Bursts lip gloss, the Lip Shake, which was the swirly lip gloss. I love a swirly lip gloss. Lip Shades, which was the one that you like slid it to open, like slid it up and it popped out of a little door. Also Flip Styles, I believe, had the same type of packaging. They also had these little eyeshadow quads that I remember, and these little sets that came in a bag with a few products, and I had this blue one. I got it for Christmas and I loved it, and I used that bag for years. They also made the Bottled Emotions line, which was all these different fragrances that were like based on an emotion or named after an emotion. There were so many different ones. They had like perfumes and body mists and solid perfume and all kinds of fragrance products, and they were named like Lucky, Hopeful, Crazy, Funky, Hip, all those different kind of things, and were all different colors. And of course, they had many, many other products as well. In 2015, Marquins International, who owns Wet n Wild, bought Bonne Bell and Lip Smackers. Lip Smackers is still around, although the glorious hollow lip balms are not. I miss those. But it seems that Bonne Bell was discontinued somewhere in the merger in 2015. If you were into the YouTube beauty community in the early 2010s, like I was, you most definitely remember Coastal Scents. They were founded in 2005 by Redo Kramer and Kathy Hucklowitz in Florida, and they originally were focusing on bath bombs, which explains the name Coastal Scents, bath bombs, Florida. In 2008, they started Project Ghana, which helped to employ and provide health insurance to women in Ghana, and they sold specific products for this project. In 2010, Kathy left and Redo's wife Dorothy joined the business, and that's when they started to focus on makeup instead of bath and body products. The most iconic, the 88 eyeshadow palettes. Every beauty guru had these. I had these because I had to have them. They were so popular because they were inexpensive. You got a ton of colors and they actually worked pretty well. They of course had the 88 Ultra Shimmer, the 88 Matte, the 88 Metal Mania, the 88 Warm, and more, and they were only like $18 to $25 a piece. They had a bunch of different blush palettes, even palettes with eyeshadow and blush together. These were also really popular products with makeup artists because, again, a lot of colors and affordable. They even had lip palettes. They also had these Go palettes where each one was named after a different city around the world. Hot Pots, which were their single eyeshadows. You could customize and make your own palette with what other colors you wanted. They had so many to choose from. They also had a ton of different makeup brushes. They had these gel liners, I remember, the Camo Quads, which were like corrector and concealer palettes. They also had full concealer palettes, the Smacks lip glosses, and then a little bit later they did their revealed palettes, which really looked like dupes for the Urban Decay Naked palettes. They had like revealed 1, 2, and 3, etc. Now, Coastal Scents may have been a private label brand or people were private labeling through them. I'm not 100% sure. A private label is when a company makes a bunch of products with no like labeling or branding and they actually sell it to other companies and those companies can just put their name on the products and sell them. There were a ton of different companies doing this in the early 2010s. I'm sure it still happens. There were products from other companies that were pretty much identical to Coastal Scents, which makes me think they either were private labeling from somebody else or they themselves were sending products out to be private labeled by other companies. Crown Brush is a brand that private labels to other companies, so some people think that Coastal Scents was buying from them. Maybe, we don't know. They had over 800 products at one point, but they did abruptly close in 2021, and I wish I knew they were closing because I would have bought myself a new 88 palette. No one really knows why they closed, but it's suspected it's because Redo and Dorothy broke up and the company just kind of fizzled out with that. After the closure, a message did appear on the Coastal Scents website saying, if you are interested in inventory or other assets of the company, including domain name and trademark, please contact Redo's email. Now, somebody must have scooped this up because Coastal Scents is back. Sort of. It's the same website with the same logo, but it seems sketchy. They have a few products, but like nothing's available. Everything's more expensive. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're in the process of like bringing it back. I would love our old Coastal Scents to come back. So who knows what's actually going on with it. We don't know who owns it now, but the Coastal Scents that we know and loved did go defunct in 2021. Now, you might not recognize the name Berry Cosmetics, but I'm sure you will recognize some of their sub-brands. Berry Cosmetics or Bari Cosmetics, I'm not sure, I'm gonna say Berry. They were started in 1982 by Donald Harkness in New York. They began with the Love My Nail and Love My Lip products priced at 99 cents a piece. Yes, the Love My Blank line is from them. They later added Love My Eyes and Love My Face, all for very affordable prices. And in 1997, they launched 2 new lines. Pure Ice, which was a nail polish line. They were $6 to $7 a piece, and they were actually created to compete with high-end nail polish lines like OPI and even Chanel. And they also started Bonbons with their mini nail polishes for only 99 cents a piece, possibly 88 cents at Walmart. I love Bonbons. They had so many adorable little mini makeup products. It was the best. Bring them back, please, for the love of God. Bonbons then added many more mini makeup items after the mini nail polishes, like these adorable little lip gloss keychains that had the beaded words. I love these. How cute would these be on my purse nowadays? Of course, swirl potted lip glosses. Every brand had one of these back in the late 90s and the early 2000s. They had round ones and butterfly shaped ones. They also had squeegee tube glosses and roll-on lip glosses, another staple. These little lip balm tins and many other lip products as well. They also had some eye pigments, body glitter, body spray, little mini nail files, and many more. If you grew up in the 2000s, you definitely got some little Bonbons products in your friend's birthday party goodie bag. In 2012, Revlon purchased certain assets from Berry Cosmetics, including Bonbons and Pure Ice, for $22 million. Now, the Love My eyes, lips, face, nails lines seem to have been discontinued before the Revlon merger, maybe in like the mid to late 2000s. I couldn't really find info on this. It can be hard to find some of this niche info. Bonbons hasn't been around since about 2012. I'm guessing Revlon discontinued it. Big mistake, Revlon. Big mistake. Pure Ice was around until about 2018, and that's the last we've seen of any of the Bari Cosmetics brands. Do you remember Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics, or OCC? They were founded in 2004 by David Klasfeld. Their first products were a vegan lip balm that was black and white called Tarred and Feathered, and OCC, which was a water-based airbrush foundation. The founder was a big fan of airbrush products. OCC was a fully vegan line, and it was sold online, and they were actually one of the first indie vegan makeup brands to go mainstream. They did get a lot of backlash for their insensitive name, but the founder responded by saying that he has OCD, and it was a nod to others with OCD framed playfully. Some don't agree with this. The owner also added, quote, "In naming the company, my intent was to celebrate the way of these sort of compulsions can be channeled into a productive lifestyle and to also convey a sense of humor and enjoyment in the art of makeup," end quote, said Klasfeld. I think he should have stopped at the first quote. Anyways, they were famous for their lip tars, which came out in 2009, and these were made to be a sanitary mixer for makeup artists, but they became popular with many other people as well. And some of their top sellers were Hush, Memento, NSFW, and Black Metal Dahlia. They credited social media and YouTubers for their first success, naming Queen of Blending, Temptalia, and X Sparkage as some creators that really helped them to take off. "I have nothing to contribute in the Bane and Brown eyeshadow department that isn't already out there," said Klasfeld, which is why you saw a lot of colors and blacks and just not the average neutral colors from this line. Sephora began to sell OCC in 2012, but customers were quickly unhappy with how fussy lip tars were, and I had a lip tar, and yes, it was messy. In 2015, they repackaged the lip tars to have like a normal lip gloss style applicator, but OCC and Sephora did not get along, and there was a big lawsuit in 2015 over breach of contract. OCC said that they felt that Sephora was trying to drive them out of business. Sephora put all of their OCC stock on clearance and stopped selling them in 2015. OCC kept selling their products on their own for the next couple of years, but in 2017 they started to have a lot more sales and they upped their pro discount to 60%, and they did close down their site and all of their socials in spring of 2018 with no official statement. But a friend of the brand at KJ Bennett Beauty on Instagram posted a photo of a tombstone with the OCC logo on it saying, quote, "Sephora, the blood is on your hands," end quote. Some messiness there. Do you remember Dessert by Jessica Simpson? The edible beauty line? Yeah, launched in April of 2004 by Jessica Simpson and manufactured by Cosmojet, it was reportedly the first edible beauty line. Did we need this? Their tagline was deliciously kissable, and they were sold at places like Sephora, Claire's, Icing, Walmart, and more. They had lip gloss, body lotion, perfume, hair and body mist, shampoo, body wash, and more, all marketed as edible or kissable or lickable, whatever the packaging said that time. Now, they were sort of edible. You weren't supposed to just sit there and eat it like frosting out of a tub. They were more lickable, but they actually weren't good for your skin or your stomach. People did find it odd that this line seemed to be marketed towards teens, but it was a very provocative kind of thing. It had this very like young, fun packaging, but then it was very sexual. You know, some parents were pissed. In 2005, Jessica Simpson added 2 more lines to Dessert Treats and Sweet Kisses, and these lines look like they are marketed towards an even younger audience, especially Dessert Treats. It literally looks like a kid's bath line, but then they have body frosting. This would so not fly today. There's literally sprinkles in the cap of a lotion. It's just, this is a mess. Now again, they were marketed as edible or lickable or kissable, but the packaging does say this product is not food. Frankly, very confusing to a consumer, and likely it brought on many lawsuits. Because when I made a TikTok about this, do you know how many people commented, "I ate these things like candy"? Like, People were literally eating the lotion as if it was frosting. Yikes. At least one known customer did get a yeast infection from the sugar-filled body wash, and another says that she was chased by bees. Jessica herself got sick from eating the products on a promotional shoot, and this was when she was on the show Newlyweds, and they were like, oh, she has a 24-hour bug. No, she got sick from the cupcakes. Who knows? Either way, these were not actually safe to be eaten, it seems. Production stopped in 2006 after several lawsuits for both business practices and consumer issues, such as eating the products. Did you know that Tokidoki had a cosmetics line? Tokidoki, the brand, was founded in 2005 by Simone Legno, who is Italian, not Japanese, but obviously has a huge Japanese influence on his brand. But the makeup line launched in 2010 exclusive to Sephora. They also did a makeup collaboration with Smashbox back in spring of 2007, so you may remember that as well. This was such a fun line with such cutesy, unique packaging, of course, with the Tokidoki characters, which everybody loved. They had these adorable eyeshadows with skull and crossbones packaging, as well as eyeshadow quads, eyeliners, lip glosses, lip ink, which were like lip stain pens, highlighters, bronzers, and more items, as well as products like makeup brushes, hair brushes, mini blow dryers, iPhone 3G cases, mirrors, combs, headbands, nail files, nail polish, and more. They had this 24K collection for holiday 2011, as well as some different exclusive products popping up along the way. The cosmetics line ended in summer of 2012, but the brand itself does still exist. Do you remember Hello Kitty's makeup line? Like an actual Hello Kitty makeup line. Hello Kitty for Sephora launched in January of 2011, exclusive to Sephora. Again, the packaging was so adorable. This would kill today. They had this little apple balm that I loved so much. It was shaped like a little apple with a leaf. How could you not? They had these little eyeshadow palettes that were shaped like Hello Kitty's head, and they had like 4 eyeshadows in the top, and then you'd flip the bottom part open. It would either have lip glosses or cheek products. They had lip glosses, lipsticks, eyeliners, as well as perfume, brushes and brush holders, nail polishes, and even a shower cap. They also did a bunch of special collections throughout its run with special packaging, like Memoirs of a Kitty, which had cherry blossom packaging, a graffiti themed collection, Head of the Class, which had that like nerdy vibe that was really popular back then. They had a few different holiday collections with this like black and rhinestone packaging. Also Wild Thing, which was a bunch of different animal prints, and a Paris themed collection. They came out with these exclusive Swarovski crystalled products. There were only 100 of each. There was a brush holder for $495 and a mirror for $350. And only 100 people got them. If you have one of these, please tell me. I'd love to see. They also did a special collection for Hello Kitty's 40th anniversary in 2014, but this line seems to have been discontinued around 2015 or 2016. Torina Tarantino. The actual brand was launched in 1995 by Torina Tarantino and Alfonso Campos. They are very well known for their very kitschy and fun hair accessories and jewelry, but they launched a cosmetics line in early 2010 at Sephora. Torina also appeared on QVC to sell the line. The line was princess and fairy inspired with very feminine packaging, lots of pink and rhinestones and bows and cameos. They had eyeshadows, eyeliner, cream shadows, blushes, primers, face powder, lip gloss, lipstick, shimmer dust, brushes, nail polish, and more. Torina was actually a makeup artist before she started her fashion line, so she was excited to do this makeup collection. In fall of 2010, they had this Star Child Odyssey collection, and I remember this palette so distinctly. I don't know why. I didn't even own it. They also had the Aurora collection for holiday 2010. Though the packaging was really fun and pretty and unique, people said that the products were pretty underwhelming. They left Sephora in December of 2012, but they did continue to sell their cosmetics online as well as at their flagship store in LA. They did a relaunch of the brand on their website in February of 2013, but in 2015, they stopped making new collections. They also started to have a lot of sales, and then the line seems to have disappeared in 2016. There's no longer a beauty tab on their website, but if you search makeup on their website, they do still sell the Sparkle City Shimmer Dust in bronze for $45. I don't know if this is just something that they have a ton of stock of and it doesn't go bad, or if they really like it and that's why they continue making this product. But technically, they never said Their line is discontinued. They're not making makeup anymore, so maybe they'll come back one day. Jessie's Girl Cosmetics. Founded in 2005 by Jessie Lawrence, this was a drugstore brand sold at Rite Aid. They first got traction by sending samples to YouTube beauty gurus, which opened the market for them to sell online. I remember their pigments being talked about a lot, and they had these iridescent glow stick lip glosses, which literally look like a glow stick. And they had these really large baked eyeshadows. Remember baked eyeshadows? That was a whole thing. But they had these really big baked eyeshadows, and I had two. I don't know where I got these because I lived in Texas and we did not have a Rite Aid, but I had these shadows. In 2011, they started a nail polish collab with YouTuber Julie G, and this ran for many years and many different collections until 2018. I was so excited when I went to LA the first time to go to Rite Aid of all places just so I could get the Julie G polishes, which I really loved. In March of 2019, they were purchased by ET Enterprises. But after that, there were no more posts on social media and their products just disappeared. The site is still there, but the only thing for sale is an amber burning and body oil. It's very strange. I don't know what's going on there, but it seems that the brand went defunct in early 2019. Cargo Cosmetics. Founded in 1996 by Hannah Zalzal and Barbara Alexander in Toronto, Canada. It's called Cargo because it was referring to the concept that every woman's cargo is her makeup. They had this plant love line where the packaging was biodegradable and made of corn. Why do more brands in every niche not do this? There's too much plastic. I love this. And it was cute. They had a bunch of water resistant products, which were always popping up in the 2010 beauty gurus' summer makeup routines, pool makeup routine, all the time. They also had these 30-day use lipstick cards, one for each day, as well as these eyeshadow cards, like eyeshadow sample cards, which totally remind me of the Mary Kay samples back in the day. They had a pouch style foundation that literally looks like a Kool-Aid jammer. But this is so helpful because you can get every last drop out. You're not going to drop it and break it, and it's easier to travel with. I love this. In 2008, they created this Blu-ray line, which was specifically for people to use on movie and TV sets because the products are supposed to look really good under those lights. In 2012, they were purchased by TPR Holdings. And in 2017, they had a Star Wars collection. They were once sold in 11 different countries, but now they do not have a website or any socials, making them go defunct in late 2021. Toni and Tina Makeup. Founded in 1997 by Tony Gill and Christina Bornstein, and were once upon a time sold in Sephora. They were inspired by other fun, bright brands such as Hard Candy and Urban Decay and had lots of colorful, fun, and glittery products. Tony and Christina described their products as vibrational remedies. They said that they had herbal and color-based mood and health-enhancing properties. But people, I think, were really just buying them because they were fun, colorful products. I don't really know if anyone was buying into this makeup has healing properties thing. They had eye safe glitters, glitter eye pencils, body shimmers, pigments, lash dew, nail polish, and many other fun products. At their peak, they did 10 million in annual sales. And in 2002, Wella purchased a majority stake in the company. But after 8 years in business, they were discontinued in 2005. Now, they do still have a website where they seem to sell skincare and aroma remedies and crystals, but the site also seems to have been abandoned many years ago. Don't trust these random sites that seem like they haven't been used in years. You're either going to get some really, really old products or you're going to lose your money. I wouldn't mess with those. Also, when researching for this video, I did find a Pakistani brand called Toni and Tina, spelled Teena. That's a different company. Fetish Cosmetics. This one was pretty tricky to find info on. They were launched by House of Dana in 1997, starting with their fragrance. In 2000, they partnered with Christina Aguilera, not only to be the face of the brand, but to actually have input on product development. There were 3 different fragrances, a pretty complete makeup line, nail polishes, as well as bath and body products, all for under $10 a piece. I even found this combo product of a Christina Aguilera CD and a Fetish perfume sold together. In January of 2001, the products were to appear in stores like Walgreens and Sears. Yes, Sears. Sears used to have a makeup counter. In January of 2002, both parties decided to end their partnership. Now, Fetish was supposed to kind of rebrand and come out with new products after the split from Christina, but it doesn't seem like that ever happened. So they quietly went defunct in 2002. And lastly, Naturistics. Created in 1991 by Dell Laboratories Inc., Dell Labs also made some products for NYC Cosmetics and Sally Hansen, but it seems now Dell Labs itself is defunct. They were one of the first drugstore brands to have vegan and cruelty-free products. Their Miss Kiss twist-up lip glosses were said to be one of the first dupes for the Stila lip glazes. And of course, they had a bunch of different products, like the lip sparklers and this very creepy Alexis Bledel ad. What is this pose? The Sweet Treats lip gloss, Sodalicious lip gloss, body glitter, perfume, nail polish, lip balms in pots and tins, eyeliner, blush, and the Sweet Teas Miss Kiss t-shirt shaped lip gloss. I thought I didn't remember this brand at all, but when I saw this t-shirt shaped lip gloss, this memory came shooting to the front of my brain. I had this. Why? I don't know. Why was it t-shirt shaped? I don't know, other than the play on words, but I had this t-shirt shaped lip gloss. They also had this natural glow line for a more natural look and many other products. And a bunch more of the Miss Kiss products as well. But they were discontinued in the early 2000s. There are several more defunct makeup brands I could talk about, but what was your favorite makeup brand or product back in the day? Did any of these pictures bring any memories up from the depths of your brain? If you love all things nostalgic, be sure to check out my TikTok and Instagram Maddie Hearts and subscribe for the next trip down memory lane.